temporary indignities of the body are nothing contrasted to the Order's future. Keep those eyes open, soldiers. Corneal frostbite me down.
Have an intellectually stimulating day.
Hey, Commander. Something tells me the Order won't be keen on letting an enemy soldier walk through their gates. Step away.
Heard that rift near the ark? Halt! The Oracle Laureate sent ahead to expect someone matching your description. However, he said nothing about admitting questionable allies. Members of Auntie's Choice are not permitted inside Laplace's garden. Your companion will have to wait outside.
Huh. If only one of us could have foreseen this situation. But I'll stay back, Commander. Ain't no reason to cause a scene.
You should heed the wisdom of your friend.
Yeah, these hues suit my complexion real good.
As likely as I find that theory, we have rules and regulations for a reason. We are at war, you might have noticed. Fine. The consequences be on your head if it proves otherwise. Head on in.
Impressed as I am that worked, I ain't sure about this. Being vastly outnumbered by the enemy ain't a corner I like to be backed into.
Ah, Agent, I have a message for you. On behalf of the Order of the Ascendant, and her impermeable wisdom, the presiding bishop Ruth Bassar, welcome to Laplace's garden. The presiding bishop is presently indisposed, but I've been instructed to direct you to the Artificer Laureate for whatever pressing matter has brought you to the garden. She's working in Belvedere Hall's secondary courtyard. Enter the large building at the top of the mesa ahead and follow the first hall on your right. Ooh, I do love a good brain teaser. How would you know this isn't a trap? Beg pardon for my ignorance. I'm still on the wait lists for jests, japes, and other ineffectual forms of conversation. Oh, I nearly forgot. Vicar Alden also asked me to direct you to him. He should be waiting for you in Belvedere Hall's main courtyard, at the top of the stairs. May all your problems precede solutions.
Feels real nice in here. Wouldn't mind us dragging our feet so we can enjoy the warmth a little longer.
I'm cutting you off there, Charles. That's just... Welcome to the CAF integration point. Will it be caffeine or convictions today? Ooh, a provocateur, are you? How unconventional. But I think you misunderstood the question. Convictions are statements which promote personal and professional confidence and well-being, leading to 22.9% more scientific breakthroughs in a given quarter. Interested? Let's start with one and see how it takes. Before I can administer your conviction, I need to ask you a question. In what area of your life do you feel you need the most improvement? Personal or professional?
Yeah, sure. You're perfectly you.
Personal it is. Your substantial ego provides the confidence needed to achieve in ways large and small. It most certainly will not prevent you from forming healthy relationships in the future. Good. Never forget that you are a valuable factor in the universal equation and necessary to advancing the plan. Now then, a brief conversation is customary following the initial service. I haven't seen you around before. New project appointment? Must be an adjustment, all things considered. I'd have run the mugs through the... All right, your turn. What? Laplace's garden is a glimpse into Arcadia's future. Not...
Oh, she sized you up almost immediately, Commander. Been softly probing you. Appreciate... Well,
But let's...
Likely the rift threat would never have escalated if the Protectorate was...
Act casual.
That's one way to become the center of attention.
You must be curious why I asked for such a discreet rendezvous. Dear me. I hope you weren't expecting some illicit tryst. On the con, I have adequate reason to believe the Order is conducting a mass experiment. Put bluntly, they're regulating regardless, if the Order has made some kind of I represent a group of information. My primary task has been to watch the Order. But I'm whatever you do, be discreet. I can't, outside of work, I have, and I...
Smart researchers patronize the scientician's surplus. Quality goods at algorithmically determined prices.
Hey! Only security personnel are permitted in this booth. Lift access is currently restricted. Keep moving. At this time, residents of Laplace's garden are not permitted beyond this point.
Agent, over here. Ah, there you are. I was informed by Gertie you've agreed to help us reconvene negotiations. With your aid, Auntie's choice and the Order will soon be rivals no longer. Just think of all we can accomplish if our two sides reject fractiousness and combine our efforts. Remember, seek out ways to help both sides, engender trust. Gertie and I will let you know when it's time to move forward. In the meantime, I might recommend you work on honing your oratory skills. Our presiding bishop and Auntie Cleo can be challenging to debate with.
What is with the anomalous behavior? Stop deviating from the baseline.
Grand Plan Wireless. Transpiring events, philosophical profundities, informed insight into the future. Also, music.
What is with the anomalous behavior? Stop deviating from the baseline. That's one way to become the center of attention. Well, aren't you the eccentric sort?
A visitor? It's for the best that you're talking to me now instead of mid-work. I do seem to have a slight propensity for stabbing randomly with my tools when interrupted, but I suppose that's enough time spinning in the statements column. Speak away. What are you... Beckett. Another prediction that he hasn't seen fit to notify me about. A more cynical exemplar might posit his doing this to be intentional. If you're here, I imagine you aim to petition the presiding bishop for her support, which is hardly a surprise. She is the most important individual in Arcadia. I'm glad we're in accord. The presiding bishop's leadership allows the order to act in Arcadia's best interest. Without her, we would be nothing. The corporate invaders will suck Arcadia of its resources and cast it to the wind. And the Protectorate are no better than machines. Moreover, once we solve the universal equation, it will benefit all of humanity. You, me, everyone. No more suffering, no more doubt. Well, I hope you'll see in time. There is a task of pivotal importance to the Order, but I cannot entrust it with just any come-by-chance outsider. As head of the Order's exemplars, it's my responsibility to assess whose aims upon Ruth may be malicious. Prove yourself to me first, then we may discuss the rest. To the point. Very well. A myriad of cultists have taken over the settlement of Newton, which is a nearby site of historical but not strategic significance. I want them gone. Once there was a bridge stretching from the settlement to the archive, but it was destroyed by a rift. Best keep your distance should you travel there. I'll withhold my appreciation until this task is complete. May you act within the equation's confines.
We should collect Azza from the ship first. Unless you don't want the benefits of her inside knowledge of the cult.
That's one way to become the center of attention.
admittance without the Artificer Laureate's permission.
I always find I work best when... Now, how might we be of use to one another? The purveyor of convictions? Not possible. She's too public. Sub Rosa, here? If that's true, it is especially troublesome. The Order has enough problems without dealing with those brigands. Though it chagrins me to be unable to help, you should speak with Laureate Beckett. Delicate matters such as this are more his purview than my own. If there's nothing else so pressing to discuss, I'd like to return to my work. I scarcely take time to engage in idle specifically a phlogistinated firearm. Great. I was just thinking, if I had to dig for the smallest, I generally prefer to keep discussions relevant.
Did you know around 1,000 species of bacteria live on human skin? A fascinating, if not relevant, bit of trivia. Wouldn't you agree? And prodding me was intended to elicit what result, exactly? At any rate, I am quite conscious, merely waiting. I can assure you that of my numerous psychic afflictions, narcolepsy is not one of them. Would that it were, but no. Sometime last year, I predetermined an occasion of momentous import would happen today, right here, at these very coordinates. Unclear. I'm inclined to think this conversation may contain some portentous value, but I'll need to run a few more calculations to be sure. Leslie Beckett, Oracle Laureate, Seer Supreme, leader of the Department of Predictive Analysis, and not terribly good at informal introductions, evidently. Forgive me if I don't shake hands. I prefer to keep my skin microbiome free of exogenetic cells. You understand? But now, if I'm not mistaken, you must be the agent we've been expecting. I knew loitering at this location would yield results. I don't suppose you've stumbled upon any of our excogitation chapels around Cloister by chance? Excogited prior to the war, such focused study led to all manner of breakthroughs, with audio logs routinely kept by the scientician in residence. In these unprecedented times, such logs could harbor hidden wisdom. However, with the war on, I've sadly been unable to get my hands on the last of these recordings. Oh no, however, by my reckoning, the amount of logs to be collected is 4. You have that. I'm happy to answer any questions you may have. Oh yes, I'm aware. Better to know the spy in our midst than receive a replacement more capable of evading notice. Besides, Miss Doyle's harmless, and she serves the best convictions at the parlor, bar none. If you've already spoken with her about the experiment, I suppose there's no use in me playing coy, hmm? As you have cleverly sussed out, Laplace's garden is the subject of an experiment into social conditioning, or curating, if you will, through the use of therapeutic pharmacology. We have been administering a pharmaceutical to the population of the garden via the water supply that aids in emotional regulation. We call it perspective. It's odorless, harmless. Well, apart from the withdrawal, but I can assure you we have our best minds working on that little issue. Minor complication at worst.
Let me get this straight. You're here experimenting on folk freely, all the while calling us at Auntie's Choice barbarians for doing the same damn thing?
I beg your pardon, young miss, but it's hardly the same. This study was completely voluntary. The participants all gave their consent.
Yeah, I bet they did. Did you withhold research funding unless they signed up? Or did you feed them a story, like their participation is critical to some new advancements?
This experiment has the potential to improve Arcadian society 100-fold. Imagine the benefits of a self-sustaining city where all are content and serving the plan. Boring. Next, you'll tell me extrapolative number theory is a little dull. At any rate, I have no interest in debating the ethics of this experiment with a layperson. No offense. But now, where were we? Oh, yes. The spy. Has she now? A little out of schedule. No matter. You should do as she asks. Get her that sample. This is an unparalleled opportunity to see the shape of Sub Rosa's web. We only need plant the right fly. After collecting the sample, mix it with this liquid tracer. It'll make the drug functionally inert and allow us to track it wherever it shows up next. Not as such. Not at the moment. However, let me put it this way. Any potential for interference above null is worth keeping an eye on. I did not become the Oracle Laureate by getting caught with my pencil down. Here, take this key. It will grant you access to water reconditioning, which you can find on the eastern side of the garden. You will also need this passcode for the terminal inside.
Let's pinpoint what you and I can accomplish for the Order.
Strange to see all this vacant space after the overcrowding at Matriarch's Mercy. Plenty of room for refugees here.
Welcome to the Scientician Surplus. Of course.
Parasite eggs were not removed, a method that was judged too wasteful and expensive, since they increased the protein content of the berries without affecting their texture or flavor in any discernible way. The microscopic egg remains were simply too small to be seen or felt by the unaided eyes of their consumers. So Auntie's Choice administrators were satisfied with this. Parasite eggs were not removed, a method that was judged too wasteful.
All stock is certified field ready by myself. Please.
Microscopic egg remains were simply too small to be seen or felt by the unaided eyes and tongues of their consumers. So Auntie's Choice administrators were satisfied with this inept solution.
That's formally a verified key.
Berries are now a nutritious agent throughout the world. Mindless Auntie's Choice consumers especially purchase a large variety of very foods and beverages, all of them mixed-labeled, parasite-free, live parasite-free. But demonstrate their contempt for their customers, for nature. Here.
Your continued patronage is gratifying. Of course you would.
Relevant informational details for new residents.
Did you consider we keep that locked for a reason? Cease locomotion and explain your attempt at lock.
Internal records
Allow me, child. I have a familiarity with order procedures. Such an unproductive misuse of time. I request we dispense with this matter in the interests of the equation and all who serve it.
But yes, quite right. The equation must take precedence. All charges shall hereby be purged from you and your companion's permanent record to avoid further.
Glad my...
I hope you have good news for me. I had the right person for the job. You've saved me quite the headache. Your reward, as promised. Likewise. I'll remain in the garden a little while longer, but it would be best if we limited contact with one another. No offense. But who knows? The plan mystifies even the greatest minds. Perhaps our paths will intersect again someday.
A second makeup exam is not at all, so I hope you studied this time, right?
Aren't you the eccentric sort? Welcome back, Agent. I trust Laplace's garden is treating you well? In what manner can I assist you? And how did she receive it? Indeed you are. A specimen of superb subterfuge. Pity the Department of Preemptive Causal Redirection was shut down years ago. You'd have been a natural candidate.
Please. They'd never make it past the initial evaluation. The 48-hour concurrent theoretical debate /mathalon /obstacle course /marksmanship challenge weeds out most.
Always did find that evaluation a little immoderate. You made the right choice cooperating with the Order in this matter. Please accept this primer. It's a concoction of my own design. I foresee it being of great value to you. Well, I would not be a very good scientist if I kept my mind closed to other perspectives. Make your case, and I promise to listen. I'm detecting an attempt to appeal to my ego, which isn't to say you're wrong. The study is littered with failure points. Perhaps I've kept myself from seeing how fraught this experiment truly is. Recent events have certainly provided good reason to update my risk metrics. Even a desire for progress may sometimes divide one from their senses. You've given me much to consider. I'll speak with the presiding bishop about the matter promptly.
See that spire? That's the archive right there. The archive.
These temporary indignities of the body are nothing contrasted to the Order's future. Keep those eyes open, soldiers! Corneal frostbite
Use caution as you progress. There's been reports of response in the area. Position determined. We've dealt with all of them. That was a close one.
Soldier, please assess your pain on a variable scale. Scale of 1 to 100. 1 being...
Oh, hello. Cogitator
Hello,
often?
layperson.
Thank you for improving our efficiency.
Another object. Excuse me, I don't think you have the authorization. It's fine, but don't get too close. You won't survive. Salutations. We've been doing our utmost to find ways to manipulate this rift or extract data from it. Unfortunately, our efforts have been ineffective thus far. I suppose it's too much to hope for, but would you, perchance, happen to have any practical experience with or mathematical understanding of the rift phenomena? Hmm?
I'll write my next dissertation in your honor.
That's one way to become the center of attention.
What is with the anomalous behavior?
That's one way to become the center of attention. That's how you compensate us for our goodwill. Petty theft.
Internal Records Class, on behalf of all aggrieved parties, the Order demands immediate restitution. That I shall...
It has the anti-choice logo on it, but... Oh! Architect. Your actions are in accordance with the plan.
He seems rather extreme. Are you...
Hello, layperson.
Hello, layperson.
really wish they'd
Adversary vulnerabilities identified. Target analyzed. Late
Signaling to cover.
combatant analysis. Lift weapon prime! I have a fix on their weaknesses.
But I know every breath and every smile, every step in every mile, contributed to something beautiful.
resistance promptly and without further ado. First, it was Auntie's choice, then the Protectorate. After that, some daft cultists. I don't even know what group you Hullheads belong to. Don't care either. Your motivations are relatable to me, but they... I'll handle this. If you're weirdly intent on dying, nothing is your Wait, that's not who I think it is it? Marisol? Is that you? Get in here before any more of these hullheads show up.